Yeah.
But
But yeah, back to
no,
Kennedy.
because Kennedy, he suspected that the CIA was lying to him, allegedly,
Yeah.
and that he wanted to get rid of the CIA. He wanted to destroy
Oh,
the CIA.
really?
His alleged words were, "I'm going to
Disband
I'm
or?
going to break the CIA into a million pieces and scatter them into the wind."
Oh,
So apparently, he found out the CIA was lying to him about a lot of stuff. Number
Yeah.
one, I think the Cuba stuff, the CIA tried to get him to go into war with Cuba. He didn't want to, and I think he found out they were kind of supposedly trying to like lying to him,
Yeah.
and that's when he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna destroy the CIA and just get rid of it." And so obviously,
Yeah. So there's, I guess, conspiracies of that's the reason why he.
yeah, but not just that, but the whole alien thing. Again, we keep talking about UFO, UAPs. I'm getting kind
Yeah.
of fed up with the mainstream media's take on the UFO things. Like,
Yeah.
oh, somebody said they saw it. Like, bro, you guys are running more somebody said than the History Channel with ancient aliens. Show us the UFOs, show us the aliens, or shut up. Let
Yeah.
this go back into the conspiracy circles where it belongs, because you guys are not helping. You guys are not doing the social media. The mainstream media is doing
Legacy media.
The legacy media is doing what the History Channel was doing in 2002.
Yeah.
Secret aircraft have been, or secret aircraft debris have been, discovered and retrieved. Could this be aliens? We don't know. What's the point of that
I
story?
think
To
they're
let
just looking for something to talk about at this point.
Nah, man, nah, they're in on it.
For the views.
They're in on it. So let me tell you what's going on. The military-industrial complex. I will say this every single week. When people say the government is lying to us about UFOs, I'm gonna hypothesize that the government is not lying to us about UFOs. The government has been lied to by the contractors about UFOs. So the contractors are lying, some of them under perjury, under oath. The contractors are lying to Congress, right? They're telling Congress that they don't have these things, and then Congress and the government is turning around to the American people and saying, "Yeah, we don't have this." Like, no, we don't have this. And people think the government is lying, but the government is in front of the military contractors who are feeding them the information. And these military contractors, along with the CIA and along with other possible government agencies, funded by the taxpayers, but they don't answer to the taxpayers because they're so deep in the black budget stuff, black operations, that nobody even knows that they exist. It's like, hey, we're giving the money to the military, but then the military disperses that money to a whole bunch of programs or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're lying to the government.
I mean,
lied
if like you mentioned earlier, they lied to the president. So
yeah, the CIA.
Yeah.
They lied to the government under oath. They've unalived people. They've uninstalled the lives of people, okay, to keep this secret. And for what, right? Because you would think that if a military contractor invents like anti-gravity stuff, they want to sell it. They want to sell it to the public and stuff and make money off of it. But then it just lets you know that this is bigger than money. This is way bigger than money, and we don't know what it is. So basically, what I'm telling you is this: I think the military-industrial complex, these military contractors specifically have had this technology, have been getting funding from the government under the guise of military spending, and then have been having these breakthrough technologies and not telling us about it. And also, when they needed additional funding, what they ended up doing is they ended up working with the CIA, with some members of the CIA, to do things like in South America, sell them arms and bring back illicit substances to make money to continue to fund these projects. I also think they've gone into the trafficking of human beings to get this money.
Wow, man.
This is
That's
my
deep.
hypothesis. I could be wrong, and hopefully I am, but no, man, I think this is it. And furthermore, if you really want to get into conspiracy theories, some people believe that Germany from the 1930s and 1940s, they had help from extraterrestrial beings on their technology. I think the extraterrestrials wisened up, and they were like, "Wait, we've been siding with governments this whole time, but governments can fall. Let's do something different. Let's side with private businesses within these countries that they don't have to answer to governments.
Yeah.
That they don't have to answer to governments." 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. So let's side with these private industries that don't answer to governments because they're private, and the Constitution protects the people who run these things.
Yeah.
Therefore, we can keep doing all these things, and we can keep running clandestine operations, and we no longer ever have to answer to the government, and we don't even have to worry about the government having a revolution and screwing things over, and screwing things over for us. And I think the aliens have been working with places like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon, a whole bunch of other places. My opinion, my suspicion is that. and that to keep funding these operations outside of the congressional approved budget, they go on and they do these crazy things.
Do you think that at some point they're gonna have to tell the American people or the world that, hey, yeah, we have had interactions with aliens?
They're telling us that now.
Yeah, but
There's no proof.
There's no solid proof. But do you think eventually they're going to be like, hey guys, we have someone to show you, and it's like a live alien?
Who knows, man? What I do suspect, and I don't know, you know who Dr. Stephen Greer is?
No.
He actually had like a last week. He had like a big 3-hour meeting. He talked about he had brought people on stage who kind of were seeing like UFO related stuff, I guess, and they were talking about their experiences and stuff like that. Now I don't know how true it is because there was no evidence. Of course, it was just sketches, and it's like at some point somebody has to provide something, anything, like a piece of metal that floats when you throw it. That's as light as a feather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's strong. Nobody provided anything.
I think the government or whoever's in charge of keeping, kind of like cleaning up the mess whenever there is a sighting.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do their job so well where it's like they're able to not only wipe out the evidence but wipe out the people that actually saw things, and just leave behind people that are maybe might not have a reputable, background.
The CIA is the engine for that because the CIA is the one controlling all these things. They send out CIA agents to do that stuff. So, for example, I'm sure the CIA controls the media. And the only reason, and I said this before and I'll say this again, that guy, David Grush, the only reason he's talking about this is not my belief, and I can be wrong. It's not because maybe he's brave, I don't know. But in this particular case, it's not because of his bravery, and it's not because he loves America. It's because he was given permission to do that. He was given permission by these guys to do that.
Yeah.
Right? And then, and what makes him so different than anybody else who's come in the past and talked about UFOs? That the media is picking up on this now.
This is background, right?
Lou Elizondo did it a few years ago. They didn't make this big of a hubbub. Lou Elizondo, he used to work for, I think, a government agency called ATIP, Aeronautics, blah, 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 I don't know. Like, and so the thing is, what makes this guy so special now? You know what I mean? Like, why is the media all of a sudden talking about this so freely?
Yeah.
And, I mean, anybody, I hope, and I don't know why, but I hope that people are at least seeing this and being like, wait a minute, why is the media interested in all this? Why is the media not writing these guys off like whack jobs all of a sudden? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why aren't they giving him the Bob Lazar treatment?
Yep.
And so, that's my take on that. I like talking about this stuff because I do think there's some kind of non-human agenda going on. And I think what they're doing now, I don't know if it's that they're scared that if that they lost control of stuff within the black budget stuff, and now they got to talk to Congress because they need help, or they want more money, and so if they like, if we come clean and tell them about this, they'll give us more funding, right? Because I lost my train of thought. They lost funding. They're trying to get funding, but what they're trying to do now is they're trying to see, I think, number one, who's going to be the fall man, because the amount of lies and illegal activities and physical harm that has been done to people and lying under oath, they might have even forcefully removed the president of the United States, John F. Kennedy, by lethal means.
Yeah.
The amount of all that stuff. Somebody...
Do you think it was some sort of order that came from the government?
Not the government. The CIA was acting alone, and they got the orders from somebody else.
Okay.
Not the U.S. government. Who was it? Who authorized that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so number one, they're trying to clean themselves up from that. Number two, they're trying to find the fall guy, which the fall guy's probably not even alive anymore. And number three, they're trying to, protect as much as they can before the United States government maybe does something. I don't think they're going to do anything, to be honest, though. But
yeah, I think what needs to happen is that there has to be such a huge event that it just can't be hidden. That's the only way. Such a huge event where there's so many people involved.
Mm-hmm.
So the sighting is so big that not only one city but several cities see it. At that point, you just can't hide it. At that point, you're just gonna have to admit, you know what, they exist.
That's their final. So a lot of people believe in what's called Project Bluebeam. That's their final card.
Project what?
Bluebeam. Where
Bluebeam.
they fake a possible alien invasion to get the whole world to come together as one world government and to keep getting look, there's aliens, they're real, the threat is real.
I think that would definitely push the agenda of one world government, man.
That's what even religious people are starting to kind of suspect that, where it's like, the aliens are real, look, they're up there, we gotta protect ourselves, let's bring a one world government. Let's give us more money to protect
So
you guys.
everything points to that one world government.
Yeah, everything does point to that, to a one world government, and so they're gonna keep the day. Oh, we need to protect ourselves. Let's all what's more of a unifying cause than extraterrestrial quote unquote invaders? So give us more money, we'll protect you guys, blah blah. But those ships that we're gonna see in the sky that are supposedly alien invaders, those are our ships. And when I say our, I mean human beings. That they managed to reverse engineer alien technology.
So you think they're going to fool us to think that there's an actual invasion?
Yes, they fooled people into taking experimental substance.
Yeah, when in reality, what it is, it's humans collaborating. The humans at a high level collaborating with extraterrestrials.
Right. And I don't know what the extraterrestrials want, but
That's insane.
Humans
bro.
are getting those humans are getting what they want, and that's another thing too. If there was a treaty that was made by humans with extraterrestrials on behalf of the United States government, and the United States government didn't know about this, that they were making treaties on behalf of the United States government, they were representing the United States government without knowledge of the taxpayer and the Congress, that's actual treason, right?
Yeah.
You're actually making deals in the name of America without the authorization of America.
Damn, it makes me wonder how many times that's happened, man.
A lot of times, bro. A lot of times. But like I said, man, you guys let us know your thoughts. Jay, you got anything else to say?
No, that's basically it. I'm just, what's that word? Flabbergasted. I just
check out the college kid.
I can't I'm just astonished, bro. Like, wow, like it makes me wonder how many they lied to us about the whole bug thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically controlling what we see in the media.
Yeah.
And then we have a whole bunch of whistleblowers coming out, and no one believes them. So it's at this point, what do we do? You know what I mean? Those that know the truth and those that want to know the truth at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's people. It was gonna bother me that there are people who were like, "Oh, aliens don't exist," ha ha ha, and they're gonna come out once they do show them. They're gonna come out and be like, "Well, of course they exist. I mean, it's obvious." And it's gonna be a lot of that.
No, it sounds like the whole bug thing situation. I knew it wasn't a big deal, man.
Yeah, and people are like, "Well, we don't know what would have happened if we didn't lock down because we don't have no." Neil deGrasse Tyson said this, that we don't know what would have happened if we didn't lock down because we don't have evidence of that. And then Bill Maher actually told him Sweden didn't lock down.
Yeah.
Are they dropping like flies in Sweden? They're not. Whatever, man. There's always an agenda being pushed. That's why I don't trust none of these people. I don't trust nobody. They're saying now that obesity is the result of genetics and not diet and exercise. Please, man. And then it's so disingenuous. They'll be like, "Whoa, look at the mom and the dad. If the mom and the dad is obese, then the chances are the kid's going to be obese." You can only explain that with genetics. No, you can explain that with the fact that the mom and the dad don't even do exercise themselves. So,
Yeah.
of course, you know what I mean?
It's
Come
insane.
on, man. But like I said, I don't trust no media organization now. I somewhat kind of trust science, not as much anymore because statements made by scientific research have to be questioned. The funding has to be questioned. Who funded you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
ExxonMobil told you that it funded you, and now you're saying that climate change is not real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's an agenda, even in academic papers, man. You have to, like you said, you have to find out who funded this project.
Right.
It's insane.
And then after a certain point, and it sucks, you're gonna have to kind of trust anecdotal evidence a little bit because you don't have a choice. You don't know who to trust now.
Yeah.
You know, and people are like, "Oh, do you think they're really gonna conspire against you just to control you?" Yes, yes, man, yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah, guys, you could trust us, man.
you could always trust that the
JCast
JCast
podcast.
podcast brings you weekly episodes every week and some content on the side. Make sure you follow our shorts. Shout out to Nayib Bukele doing his thing.
Yeah,
and
man.
yeah, that's it for me, man.
That's it, man.
Peace.
Peace, guys.